Day 6. I'm pretty sure the last video got cut off from yesterday. Sorry about that, I didn't even notice, but it's alright. I worked on my comic yesterday for 40 minutes, so I just passed the bare minimum. I came pretty late yesterday, and sorry, I got a bit too lazy to look through. But the dread is definitely starting to set in about what to say. I don't have much to say anymore because I've been working on this boy's face for 5 days now. I probably still am, and that's still okay. I'm still here. I'll continue to work on this until I'm fully satisfied with the appearance of KANO. I go back on my YouTube channel sometimes and I look at my uploads and all I see is just character sheets from the past few uploads. I wonder if all these character sheets are going to take that long. I hope not. The thumbnail is probably still going to be character sheets, but good news, I think I've finally gotten a hold of how to use a circle on how to draw a human being, on how to draw a human head, so that's a thing. And to be honest, I never taught myself how to properly draw up until now. Sorry if that sounded so vague, there are just so many ways to draw a face, and the way that I used to draw a face was I just look at a reference picture and I usually just draw one eye and then the other eye instead of using guidelines, and I'm not sure if that's the most accurate way to draw a human face because I just remember having so much trouble drawing a face because I did not know how to draw a circle. So I searched up a few videos on YouTube on how to draw a human face just to brush up my knowledge on it because I was never formally taught how. And what really helped is knowing that half of the circle is the eyebrow bone. I just say properly because the proper way to use basic shapes, the proper way uses basic shapes and structures as reference. And looking back at it, maybe that's the reason why KANO looks so different in other panels, and that's probably because I was literally just drawing from eye. Yeah. I mourn the loss of all the amazing drawings I could have made with my past self. If I just taught myself how to draw an actual face, I probably wouldn't have all these incomplete drawings of just one eye and then nothing else. So, let me tell you a story of one of my old drawings. Whenever I look back on my old drawings, all I see are just incomplete faces and skip pages. Does anyone else have this problem? That's also one of the reasons why I can't do sketchbook tours because if you saw my past sketchbooks, you just see a tiny little pencil drawing in the corner of this giant sketchbook. That's also one of the reasons why I kind of stopped drawing in one of these large sketchbooks. Although a large surface area is really good for drawing and presenting your details and coloring, I really just can't do traditional art because I kinda suck at it. Alright, okay, I don't remember what was going on through my mind when I was drawing, but I do remember that I did consider the page complete and moved on to the next one. Something that I really considered for myself was when I'm drawing art. Something that I really considered for myself when I'm drawing art is completing drawings. I'm not the best in traditional art, and in fact, I have no knowledge about traditional art. Well, okay, I wouldn't say that I don't have a lot of knowledge. No knowledge. I just say that I don't have a lot. Because, coloring is a definite problem for me. I have no idea how to use them. I bought Prismacolor pencils just last year, and sad to say it, I haven't touched it in 8 months since my last class where I was required to use Prismacolors. And I picked it up last night and I started coloring in a drawing of Levi Ackerman that I made, and the way I colored the skin was just so weird. When you start things, I guess what I want to say is that when you start things, you shouldn't expect yourself to become good at them. But like, it's very off-putting, especially when you have this image in your mind and you can't put it onto the paper. Hit the line art was pretty good because I finally knew how to draw a face, but like, the way I colored him looked so bad, especially because like there were markings of the paper. I'm not sure how to smooth out the texture of the pencil crayon because I don't want it to look like it was colored in pencil crayon. So that's something I'm gonna have to learn too. I probably know more about digital art than traditional art. Is that a bad thing? I don't know. I don't really think so. Traditional art doesn't have that sort of satisfaction that digital art gives me, and that's why I prefer digital art over traditional. However, that doesn't excuse the fact that I need to practice on my coloring skills and pencil drawing skills. Sometimes I completely forget that drawings aren't just for show, but they're also for improvement and something that is just for yourself. You don't always have to show your drawings. That's something that I've definitely lost over the years. If I could just have the patience to finish a drawing instead of scrap it, I feel like I'd have so many drawings to show for. I feel like my future self would really appreciate it if I finished drawings traditionally and digitally. There's so many things that I want to draw, and I just don't have the patience to finish any of them. Actually, maybe not the patience, but like when I start something and then I know that it's going to be bad, I'd like to stop because there's no point in completing it if it's not perfect. But that's not the best kind of mindset to get into, especially when you haven't colored in so long. So what I'm planning to do is maybe just a few drawings of fan art and then color them in just to complete something. And that's something that I'm training my mind to do once again. Especially with the creation of this comic and uploading videos, it reinforces my mind and tells it that, hey, you can complete something, you know? I know that I appreciate it when the past me completes drawings and sketchbooks. I definitely love looking back on drawings that I've created and how I've improved over the years. Sometimes when I do art, it usually feels like when I'm coloring, it usually feels like a chore. It's not supposed to feel like one, but digital art has begun to lose its luster because I've always been working on a tablet. It's more like tedious work. Now I draw tiny pictures. Something that's really got me back into the groove of drawing again was anime shows. If you look at my past sketchbooks, I bet you'll only see Attack on Titan. Strictly Attack on Titan, a bit of Soul Eater, and creepypasta, because that was what I was into back when I was a teen. I'm unable to produce big images, and it's so hard. I really just want to be able to take up the entire page with some cool fan art, fully lined and colored, and that's something I want to complete. So, Ren, if you're back here editing this and you have time, which you most likely have, please try to draw something in traditional art. I'm sure that it's hard in the beginning, but it'll really be worth it when you get the hang of how to color things, because I really do enjoy looking back on all the things that I've made before. I remember the supplies and the space that my paintings took up too, and oil painting. Does anybody else love oil painting? I definitely love it more than acrylics because it's, the pigment dries a bit more slowly than acrylic does. And I remember the first time I've done it, I did a portrait of my mentor, Infinite Waters, on YouTube. He really helped me through a lot of the hard times. So in grade 10, I decided to just do a portrait of him. And I remember being so proud of it, and it looked so seamless, and I just didn't know how I blended in all those. But I didn't do too bad for like my first time doing an oil paint. I also really want to learn how to, do oil paint again. The only problem about it is that 1, it's very messy, 2, the fumes are, toxic, and 3, it's very expensive to get your hands on oil pigments. So, yeah, You see how one small thing opens up to another and another? There's just so many ideas in my head. Although they're all great, I have to remind myself to keep some focus on what I really want to finish, which is this webcomic. So don't forget about the recording and scrap everything that you work so hard for. You'll never reach your goals if you don't do it consistently, so don't forget about this comic. To go ahead and chase after creating some oil paintings and pencil crayon drawings. That's something I have to tell myself, cause this is one of the reasons why I stopped this comic, so please don't forget about this. But don't be afraid to explore and dabble around creating pencil crayon drawings and oil paintings. Things that you used to love. Try it. Thanks for listening in again, you guys. And thank you for the support. Take care and stay healthy. I'll see you tomorrow.